Hello, welcome. This is going to be lesson 5, polynomials. It's going to be the third part of multiplying polynomials. Okay, up to this point we talked about multiplying a monomial times a monomial, such as 2x times 3x squared. We also talked about multiplying a monomial times a binomial, so such as 2x. Okay, and also we talked about multiplying a monomial times a trinomial, such as this, or even as another polynomial, because remember, if you have 4 or more terms, it would be called a polynomial. So let's say here it would be x to the 4th. Okay, so we talk about these different let me zoom in here. There we go. So we talk about these different multiplications using a monomial. After that, we talked about multiplying a binomial, such as x plus 2, x minus 2, and we talk about how we can use FOIL or we can use special products. Today we're going to talk about multiplying a binomial times a trinomial, okay, and many other types of polynomials, okay. So, how do we multiply something like this? Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to take the first term, so this letter t, and we're going to multiply by every term in the second parenthesis. That's our first step. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me move my paper here so I get things more centralized. All right. Okay, so this would be t times 3t squared. So it will give me 3t to the third. Okay, let me do some adjustment here. Okay, hopefully this will be better. Okay. All right. So we have 3t cubed. And then t times negative 4t equals negative 4t squared. And then t times 2 gives you 2t. Alright, very well. Once you finish with the first term, I'm just going to erase these lines. And you don't have to draw these lines, I'm just drawing to illustrate what's happening. We're going to do the second term, and we're going to multiply again by every term in the second parenthesis. So 2 times 3t to the square will give you 6t to the square, and then 2 times negative 4t gives you negative 8t, and 2 times 2 gives you a 4. Alright, so now I have 3t cubed, so this would be 3t cubed, okay, because there's nothing else that I can combine. The next highest exponent would be t squared, and this one I can combine with 6t squared. So these two will combine, and that will give me a positive 2t squared. So I'm done with that. The next one on the line would be t cubed, t squared, then t to the first. So basically, this guy's right here. And positive 2 minus 8t is negative 6t. Done with that, and we'll bring down the positive 4. So basically my answer is this one right here. Okay, very well. Let's try the next one. The next one, what I would do is I would rewrite 3a plus b cubed 3 times. So 3a plus b and 3a plus b. Now that I have rewritten 3 times, I will just focus my attention on the last 2, and I would apply FOIL as we learned before, and I would just bring down this guy right here. Basically, I'm just going to copy the 3a plus b. For the last 2, I would apply FOIL. So 3a times 3a, remember FOIL is first times first, so 3a times 3a is 9a squared. So the f is done. Then the O stands for outer times outer, or the number outside times the number outside. So 3a times b is positive 3ab. So we're done with the O. And then the I would be the inside number, so it would be positive 3ab. And once you do the O and the I, you combine them. So this would be positive 6ab. Whoops. I'm supposed to close the parentheses there. Okay, so now we did the O and the I. And then we're going to do the L. So b times b is b squared. Now that I've done that, I'm going to pretty much do what I did before. Multiply the first term times everybody in the second parenthesis. So 3a times 9a is 27a squared. 3a times 6ab will be 18a squared b. And then 3a times b squared would be 3ab squared. Then once I'm done with the first term, I'll move on to the second term. So b times 9a squared b. I'm sorry, b times 9a squared gives you 9a squared b. And then b times 6ab would give you 6ab squared, because the invisible 1 plus the invisible 1 gives you 2. And the last one would be b times b squared would be a b to the third. Now that we have them, and you know what? I made a mistake right here. It's supposed to be 27a cubed, because a to the first times a to the second is a to the third. I'm really sorry about that. Sometimes you just have to kind of, once you've written down, it might be a good thing to try it again, because now you just focus on paying attention to the numbers. So 3a times 9a squared is 27a cubed. 3a times 6ab is 3a squared b. 3a times b squared is 3ab squared. b times 9a squared b is 9 squared b. 6ab times b is 6ab squared. And b times b is b cubed. So I make sure that everything is correct. Sometimes it's very easy to make a mistake, just like I did. Okay, now that we have them, we do have two letters. We usually start with the one with the alphabetical order, the one that comes first in the alphabetical order, so A would come before B. So basically we're going to start with the highest exponent for A, and we're going to work ourselves down. Okay, so starting with A cubed, is there anything that can combine with A cubed? The answer is no, so we just write it down. It's 27a cubed. Alright, we're done with that. Then next on the line would be a squared, and here I have a squared b and a squared b. And notice that I can combine these because they both have a squared and they both have b. For example, if this was b squared, I would not be able to combine it. Okay, but since they are the same, I'll combine it. So 18 plus 9 is 27a squared b. That goes away. And then we have 3ab squared and 6ab squared, so that gives us a 9ab squared. And then we bring down the b cubed. Okay, I'll just double check with my I have my notes over here just to make sure that I didn't make any mistakes. Everything looks good, so we're fine. Okay, so that means our answer will be this one right here. Okay, now we're going to go to the next problem, letter C. On letter C, now I have a trinomial times a binomial, but the same strategy applies. I'm going to take the first term and multiply by everybody that's inside the second parenthesis. So here I'm going to do 3y squared times y. It's going to give me 3y cubed. 3y squared times 2 gives me 6y squared. So that means the 3y squared is done. Move on to the next one. Negative 4y times y is negative 4y squared. Negative 4y times 2 is negative 8y. So we're done with the 4y. Now let's move on to the 1. So positive 1 times y is positive 1y. And positive 1 times 2 is 2. Alright, very well. Now, we start out with the biggest exponent, which happens to be 3y cubed. Now, is there anything that can combine with that? Nope. So we write it down. And we're done with that. Next one on the line will be y squared. And I have y squared here and here. So 6 minus 4 will give me 2y squared. And we're done with that. Next one on the line will be y cubed, y squared, y to the first. And that happens to be these two guys. So if I combine them, this would be negative 7y. I'm done with that. And then it will be numbers without y, but since I only have one number, so we'll just bring it down. So my answer would be this one right there. And this was the answer for the previous one. Alright, very well. Let's continue on and do letter D. Okay. Same strategy. Start with the first one. Multiply by each term inside the other parentheses. I'm going to write over here because I'm probably going to run out of space there. 2x squared times x squared is 2x to the fourth. 2x squared times 5x is positive 10x cubed. 2x squared times negative 2 gives you negative 4x squared. Alright, now we're done with that. I'm going to move on to the next one. Negative 3x times x squared equals negative 3x cubed. 3x times 5x gives us negative 15x squared. Negative 3x times negative 2 gives us positive 6x. We're done with the 3x. Now we'll go to the last one, which is positive 4. So positive 4 times x squared is 4x squared. 4 times 5x is 20x. And 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. Alright, very well. Let me double check real quick. 2x to the fourth, 10, negative 4x. Good. Good. Okay, and then 4 times that is that. Good. Just a real quick check to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, I'm going to start with the highest exponent, which happens to be 2x to the fourth. There's nothing that combines with that, so just bring it down. I'm done with that. Then will be x to the third, and we have negative 3x to the third. And combine that, we're going to get 7x to the third. So let's get rid of that. Then we have x squared, and we have these guys, they have x squared. I also notice that negative 4 plus 4 cancels. So that means you're left with negative 15x squared. So we're done with that. And next one would be the x to the first. And if we combine that, we're going to get 26x. We're done with that. And the last one, it's the only thing left, so just bring it down. So my answer for this one is this. Okay? Alright. This concludes lesson number 5 of polynomials. And go ahead and stop the video. And thank you very much for your time, and have a great day.